Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM, and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Sun City Radio, Keta Volta Premier Hall, and Menu Veve Aflao, and Bewa Radio Yendi. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee probing an alleged plot to remove the Inspector General of Police says there is a new audio being considered.
You've had the benefit of a tape on the assumption that it's authentic. The members of the committee will have to internalize that tape, and it is also transcribed and look at it.
God save Ghana if a coup happens in neighboring Cote d'Ivoire, words of Majority Leader Osei Mensah Bonsu as he expresses concern over the growing number of military takeovers in Africa.
Everything will be done to make sure that the financial system is protected.
We'll also hear from former President John Mahama, who is also worried about the coups in Africa in business.
Government considers takeover of National Investment Bank by ADB as part of measures to restructure the financial institution. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And CETA calls off its month-long strike amidst a freeze in their August salaries with the hope of improved working conditions.
After collating results of the voting across the 46 colleges of education, our members have overwhelmingly voted for the strike to be called off, so we'll have opportunity to, as it were, engage.
These are more coming up shortly. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. Chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee probing an alleged plot to remove the IGP says it has admitted a new audio that has surfaced into evidence. Samuel Atachian speaking to my colleague Samuel Impura after the second police witness, Superintendent George Asari, requested an in-camera hearing, said the committee will examine the tape to provide a balanced report.
The first audio is not authentic in terms of some aspects, but they admitted that some of them were authentic. Now, you've had the benefit of a tape on the assumption that it's authentic. The members of the committee will have to internalize that tape, and it is also transcribed and look at it. And that will give us the ideas as to what to do. First of all, do we bring all the stakeholders together with their lawyers for cross-examining and cross-firing to take place? Whilst we listen attentively, and later when they finish, then we'll have our turn. And then, are there matters which should not come into the public domain? So we'll do long in-camera hearing.
Samuel Atachia is chairman of the Ad Hoc Parliamentary Committee. Now, God save Ghana if a coup happens in neighboring Cote d'Ivoire. These are the words of Majority Leader Osei Mensah Bonsu expressing concern over the growing number of military takeovers in the sub-region. Speaking at an Assemblies of God Church event in Kumasi, the Swami MP said a country's economic downturn should not be a motivation to bring down institutions. Nana Boachi Yadom has the rest of the story.
In 2021, there were 6 coup attempts in Africa, with 4 of them successful. Addressing the congregation as guest speaker at the induction ceremony of the Ashanti East Regional Officers of the Assemblies of God Church, Majority Leader Osei Mensah Bonsu said happenings across the African continent are indication that Christians must not relent in prayer.
We know what has happened in Niger quite recently. And just 3 days ago, Gabon. The next country on the radar is La Côte d'Ivoire. And if it should happen to La Côte d'Ivoire, God save Ghana. And that is why we must be very prayerful that God's hands will continue to be on Ghana.
Addressing the closing ceremony of the 3rd NDC Annual Lawyers Conference, former President John Mahama also raised concerns about coups in Africa.
We also must look at what is happening in our own continent, Africa, the spate of coup d'etats that are currently going on, especially in West Africa, and also look at our own country, Ghana, what's happening with our democratic governance in this dispensation. A lot of that faith and confidence in our constitutional democracy has eroded. A lot of our young people have lost faith in democracy. They don't see the need why they should even vote because it does not create any opportunities for them. It doesn't bring any benefits to them.
former President John Mahama. The National House of Chiefs is urging the President or government to address the pressing need for adequate remuneration and resources to effectively handle the multitude of chieftaincy-related matters before them. According to the President of the House, George Akuffo Dampare II, inadequate remuneration and a shortage of essential tools are hindering their work.
The Minister for National Security says that about 65 to 70% of all security issues are centered around the chieftaincy. He may be right, but then one may ask, why do we have so many chieftaincy problems? The National House of Chiefs and others are not well resourced. The National House of Chiefs or chieftaincy is treated as if we are secondary school students. So when they want to send money, it's per head. And if I tell you, as president of the National House of Chiefs, my sitting allowance is 300 Ghana cedis. My hotel accommodation is 300 Ghana cedis. So ask about the other members. We need funds to handle the judicial cases. Of course,
You had President of the National House of Chiefs, George Akuffo Dampare II. And members of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAG, last night brought to an end their month-long strike with the hope of improved working conditions. Their action triggered a freeze in their August salaries after the teachers failed to heed several pleas to return to the classroom. It took the latest directive from the National Labour Commission following payment all the allowances for the teachers to call off their action. Prince Obinghima is president.
After collating results of the voting across the 46 colleges of education, our members have overwhelmingly voted for the strike to be called off, so we'll have opportunity to, as it were, engage.
Prince Obinghima is president of CTAG. Now, he dropped out of school in class 6, knowing that his qualification could not earn him any meaningful job then. Kofi Adjei resorted to menial jobs, which could at least help him cater for himself. He has now resorted to selling coconut to ensure his children have what he did not get when growing up, education. Hannah Odami has more in today's series of Stories of Hope.
Kofi Adjei has engaged in lots of menial jobs. He's done mason work. He's driven commercial vehicles. But years ago, he settled on the coconut business.
I got engaged in coconut business, though it's difficult because the job requires lots of effort. When I started, I used to carefully arrange the coconut on a tray. Then I hawk in town till it finishes. I would say this job has been very beneficial to me because that's all I've been doing. And through that, I have married. I have 6 children now. The youngest is in senior high school and the eldest is in the university. I always use myself as an example when I advise them. I tell them to utilize the skills they have and not always rely on others to assist them.
For Joy News, I am Hannah Odami.
And some good news in entertainment. Ghanaian singer Black Sheriff wins the West African Artist of the Year at the 16th edition of the Headies Awards held in the United States. The Kweku the Traveler hitmaker beat other Afropop singers like Jackie, Camido, and the Therapist from Liberia to pick the much-coveted award.
Best West African Artist of the Year.
And the winner is Black Sheriff.
I'm gonna run my race, I'm gonna keep my pace. But we have no one to play when I fall again. I can't stand this pain, I can't watch me fail. So anytime you pay, remember my name, remember you know a traveler. The name is Kweku the Hustler. If you far away, just you follow.
Allah Akbar. Thank you so much to the fans, to the listeners. Thank you, Headies. Thank you, Nigeria. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you, Konogisogo. I love you.
Congratulations to Black Sheriff on that one. That's it for the bulletin. In our top story, chairman of the ad hoc committee probing an alleged plot to remove the Inspector General of Police says there's a new audio being considered. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.